So with public transport, we've just come from Bratislava city centre over to the outskirts of Bratislava, where you'll find two major tourist destinations. One of them is called Devin Castle, and the other one is Sandberg, where you can find these prehistoric sand dunes up the mountains, which we're going to go and check out now.
Simply take the bus to Sandbergu, and once there, follow the signs to Sandberg. Soon you will find a path that leads you uphill, and just keep left until you reach Sandberg itself. There's probably an easier way to get there, but this worked for us. While the city of Bratislava itself certainly has a lot to offer, its surrounding nature and archaeological sites are also worth visiting.
So we're now in front of Sandberg, which basically means sand mountain in German, which is actually an ancient rock formation caused by the sedimentation of rocks from millions of years ago when all this area was still covered with water.
Over the years, scientists have found more than 300 different fossils such as mussels, fish or turtles in and around Sandberg, and if you're lucky and keep your eyes open, you may too find a small fossil in the area around Sandberg. Sandberg is not only of geological and paleontological importance, but also for flora and fauna. It is used as a breeding ground by the rare colourful bird the European bee-eater. Their nests can be found burrowed into the surface of the rock formation.
So parallel to where I'm standing right now is actually the Danube, and on the other side is Austria, and behind me over there is Devin Castle, which again, on the Slovak side of the border with Austria, but that's where we're going to be heading to right now.
From Sandberg, you've got many hiking paths such as to the hilltop Devinska Kobila, which is 514 meters high and the highest point of Bratislava. From Sandberg, you can also hike to Devin Castle, which is a very panoramic walk. You may also find some interesting wooden sculptures along the way, as well as some of the resident goats.
So hiking on our way through the trail to the castle, and we stumble upon this goat bridge. Now I am not a goat, so I don't happen to be a goat, I don't think, so I am not going to be walking over this thing. I will be walking under it so that I can continue on to the castle. How about that?
While trekking between Sandberg and Devin Castle, you will encounter plenty of plant life, as well as paths that go through forests and the Morava River along the way. Interestingly, the shores of the Morava River are said to have been inhabited for tens of thousands of years. At the lower end of the river, it forms the border between Slovakia and the Czech Republic, and then further down again between Slovakia and Austria. Because of this, you may also encounter relics that once stood to divide Europe between two spheres of political influence. The river and surrounding bodies of water remain to be a reserve for the local wildlife.
Right now we're standing parallel to the Morava River, which runs perpendicular to the Danube. So water runs from the Morava into the Danube. On the other side over there you can see Austria, and over there, right behind me, you can see Devin Castle, which is what we're going to go check out right now.
It is one of the oldest castles in Slovakia, but it was destroyed during the Napoleonic Wars in 1809. Nevertheless, the castle ruins remain to be an important attraction today, with its well-maintained structures and exhibition rooms containing old artifacts found during excavations of the castle.
Okay, so we're standing outside one of the tourist hotspots of the Bratislava region, and that's over here behind me, that's Devin Castle. The earliest written sources about the castle's inhabitants date back to around about the 9th century AD, but we know the hill in which it stands on was actually inhabited from the Neolithic period.
The museum housed within the castle walls details Devin's rich history and its significance in antiquity. One of the most photographed motifs of the castle is the Maiden Tower, and that's because of its legend of a bride jumping off the tower. Apparently she committed suicide because her family had killed her groom, just because they did not approve of him. There are many facts and legends attributed to the castle, and for those with an interest in medieval history and archaeology, I couldn't recommend this place enough.
So the last stop on trolleybus, route number 203, will bring you to the outskirts of Bratislava, where you can actually go and trek up to the TV tower, which is what we're going to do right now.
From your destination, it takes roughly 20 to 30 minutes to walk to the TV tower. Along the way you may find several shops, children's play areas, bars and even toilet facilities.
According to the map, the Lower Carpathians begin around about here.
Visiting the TV tower is actually a great way to experience a nature walk combined with an opportunity to overlook the city from the Lower Carpathians while on the TV tower's observation deck or restaurant.
So we're now in front of the TV tower, which is actually really known as the Kamzik Tower, which is located on top of Kamzik Hill. And this was actually constructed in the middle of the 1970s. So this building is a relic of the old Czechoslovakia.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel.